the circle of aspirations. Okay, so right now people have given CAT, sorry. Okay, and some of them may have, or majority of them may know their marks also.
Right.
Okay, so some of them definitely are not in the IM category and the FMS and the MDI and the SPJ. Okay, as of today, they really know that. Okay, so what happens is definitely you have to lower the guard and then try and get into the second category, at least the baby IMs, Nursing Monjis of the world, Symbiosis of the world, IMT, Ghaziabad. It's just a small list. What I'm trying to tell you, you should get that. Forget the list and the names. Okay. So there are three buckets basically, which in everyone's mind. The top of the draw. So Bajaj comes, XLRI comes, so on and so forth. Okay. Then the second list, where these are really good colleges. Okay. Just because you slip the Creame, Dila Creame, you probably get into these. Okay. Symbiosis, Baby IMs, NM. Okay. Then there is the last list. Okay. इससे नीचे नहीं जाना है types. So there you can see some names like Jim, Wellinger, Tapme, KG Som, okay, Ford School of Management, IMI, Liba. Okay, you cannot go below this. I mean, there will be a serious compromise. Okay? And why this list is important? Because see, if I discuss this list in, let's say, March, April, it will be too late. Right. Mentally, you should try and convert ideally in the first two. If not, then the last. Okay? So this is circles of aspiration, because what happens is people lose faith in themselves for whatever reason. Okay, because CAT has gone wrong and so on and so forth. Okay, that is equally important, and probably and that's why we'll spend time about half an hour to 1 hour or 45 minutes, whatever, explaining you why ZAT is becoming the most crucial exam with respect to all these great colleges. Okay, and you can get it at a throwaway percentiles. And I'll tell you why I call it a throwaway percentile, because if you compare with other exams, it is going to be really high. So your thoughts on this, Ketan? Then I'll move to the next slide.
The colleges, right?
Colleges, or this positioning, which generally every. So I mean, the aspirant mind is generally that, and they slip into the third without even trying for the first two.
Right. So I mean, again, I would definitely go ahead with this, because मेरे ख्याल से हमने ये last year भी हमने करा था. And again, when you look at these categories, ठीक है, first में हर एक का नहीं होगा, but मेरे ख्याल से second is what you should try. And if you not, I mean, third तक जैसे आपने कहा था, वहां तक चलना चाहिए, because यहाँ तक फिर भी career बन सकता है, but इसके नीचे जाओगे तो थोड़ा सा पंगा होगा. Now, on the other hand, what I always talk about is, like, if you talk about Jim Wellinger, Tapney, KG Som, Ford School, these are on a same level. The only difference that happens is your मेहनत as a student. जब आप अंदर जाते हो, आप कितना push कर सकते हो खुद को. Because मुझे लगता है opportunities देखी जाए तो mostly सब B school same ही opportunities देते हैं. So there might be somebody from baby IMs, who's got a package of like 10 lakhs, and there might be somebody from Wellinger or KG Som who's got a package of 18 lakhs. तो मेरे ख्याल से वो बच्चे का थोड़ा सा बेस आगे जाके ज्यादा बन सकता है. It's all about your hard work. Exposure सेम ही देता है. कोई भी स्कूल ऐसा बुरा फैकल्टी नहीं रखता है. हर भी स्कूल has a good faculty. हाँ ना यार, मतलब it's the same thing, right? So yeah, this is definitely agreed.
With any other exam, no exam in the country will come close to this.
Absolutely right.
Okay, and hence I'm saying why that becomes easy. And I'll tell you which are the colleges which are taking at what percentile, and that will make things very clear. Okay, because see, if you take a very easy exam, let's take a CET for example and compare it with ZAT. Okay, CET you must know 80% of the paper. Exactly. And try and get around 70 to 75% of the paper to get top. Okay, because the aim in CET is, by the way, Bajaj, and nothing less than that. Okay, so if you're going to aim Bajaj, you need to know 80% of the paper and try and get 75% of it correct, sometimes 70 to 75. Okay, this paper is half of it. Please imagine that. Okay, you have to get 35% only correct. Okay, and hence this becomes easy. And as a human being, now what happens is we train ourselves to give very easy exam. So if you compare the difficulty level of an exam, with, let's say ZAT is on 8 and 9, on 10, CET may be on 4 or 5, okay, or even lower, some may, but just for discussion sake, keep it 4. Okay, and ZAT, the difficulty level is 8. even though the exam is difficult, it becomes easy because you have to solve not even half of the paper.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
And at the end of the day, this is the icing on cake, because whenever the exam is easy, lot of people give it, and whenever the exam is tough, exactly half the competition is there, and your percentile will go higher. Okay, it is irrelevant that how many people, I mean, the difficulty level of the exam then. Okay, because I'll just give you a stat of CAT. CAT last year, I think 1,91,000 had appeared.
92,000. 1,91,660.
1,92,000. This year also similar, 1,91,000 types. So even last year, to get 80 percentile, okay, you will be in the top 20, 38,000 of the whole lot. This year also same thing will happen. That is irrelevant. The exam is difficult or not. You will be in the top 38,000 if you get a 80 percentile. Okay, because top 20% of 190 will be 38. Okay. So hence, when you look at a exam, okay, don't look at it as easy or difficult. Look how many people will give and what are your chances. Because this exam now is a strategy-based exam. You have to choose.
Exactly.
You have to choose the number of questions you have to attempt. Like you don't have to have 21 on 21 in decision making. You can choose 10 to 11 questions and get 8 or 9. Similarly, in the other sections. Okay. It's completely just strategy based. Okay. And there is a section called GK, which definitely you may want to perform maybe 1/3 of it correct. That will help you to get a, and that is not counted any which ways, but it is counted in the last after you get the call. Okay, in the interview stage it is counted. Okay, so let's look at what the change they have done this year.
So this year,
sorry, I forgot to take Ketan's advice. Okay, let's go. I'll just go back. Yeah.
Just to add one thing. Now we were talking about CET exam, right?
Yeah.
And that exam. See, I'll tell you my honest opinion about it. Though I train students for CET, the point is, XAT, CAT, these are pretty standard exams. CET में कब portion तुम्हारा change हो जाए, कब क्या उल्टा पुल्टा आ जाए, you cannot be sure about it. इस साल तो उन लोगों ने they asked breed of dogs कि भाई Great Dane है या German Shepherd है. That was not expected. So हाँ मतलब that's crazy man. Like, who would do that? तो इतना मेहनत करने के बाद भी आप JBIMS is the one college to die for, no doubt. Worth है उसके लिए मेहनत. बट यार अगर बच्चा अगर मेहनत करता है 1 साल 2 साल और यार तुम पूरा फॉर्मेट ही चेंज कर देते हो, तुम टेक्निकल इश्यूज कराते हो, उसमें बच्चे का क्या बेकसूर है? बट अगर यहाँ पे थोड़ी बहुत मेहनत कर लेता है फिर भी एक अच्छा बी स्कूल निकाल सकता है, XAT तक जा सकता है, XAT न्यू दिल्ली जा सकता है या फिर बाकी के बी स्कूल से. So that's the point number 1 that I want to talk. The second point that I want to talk, आप अभी यहाँ पे तो दिखाई दोगे इनके कट ऑफ. It's a funny thing, but अगर कोई समझता है, अगर अच्छा बच्चा अगर समझ लेगा तो उसकी लाइफ है. देखो डिसीजन मेकिंग 21 क्वेश्चन आते हैं, ठीक है? 21 में से और कुछ ऐसा तोफ नहीं है, डिसीजन मेकिंग कर सकते हो अगर थोड़ा बहुत अच्छा ट्रेनिंग है तो. 18 क्वेश्चन अगर कोई यहाँ पे कर लेगा ना, तो 18 क्वेश्चन में मान लो 100% एक्यूरेसी, उसको 18 मिल गया. यार 18 पे तो तुम्हारा 70% निकल जाएगा पूरी एग्जाम का. तुमको तो वैसे भी केजे का कॉल आ रहा है, तो एक सेक्शन कैन गिव यू कॉल फ्रॉम केजे वेलिंगटन एंड अदर बी स्कूल्स एट द सेम लेवल. दैट्स ह्यूज मैन. ये बच्चों को नहीं पता है सर. एक्चुअली ओवर टू यू, प्लीज गो अहेड.
That's precisely what I'm coming on. So we are trying to drill it slowly into the head because they will not get it at one go. So this is last year's paper pattern. Okay. This year paper pattern is slightly changed. Okay, I'll just go through it. Okay, so there is part A and part B. Okay, I just read the document on that. Okay, so the part A is exactly the same. Part B has GK and they have added essay. So added essay मतलब 2 साल पहले essay था. Okay, so they have just introduced it or reintroduced, if I may use that word. So just they have reintroduced it. So you don't have to worry about that so much, okay? Because they are giving you extra time. So 165 minutes for the first 3 sections, and then they added 35 minutes for the last section. Okay, last 2 sections rather, general knowledge and essay writing. So what happens is you are anyways going to be judged on the first 3 sections only. Okay, decision making, verbal ability, and on DI. Okay, so the pretty much the strategy should remain the same. It's just that for XLRI you need to really do well in part B as well. Okay, so that pretty much sums up that for me. Okay, if you want to add anything, okay, then you're welcome.
No, I think that's more than
Yeah.
the
So
165
now this is the Brahmastra slide, I call it. Okay. So what I've tried and do here is, Ketan and all the viewers here, I have tried to look at XAT and CAT, XAT and CMAT cutoffs, okay, as well as score. Okay, forget the score one. Okay, let's look at XAT cutoff and CMAT cutoff. Okay, I have not included SPJN because SPJN is no more taking XAT as well as CMAT. Otherwise, that would have topped this list. Okay, so that's why I started from XAM Bhubaneswar. XAM Bhubaneswar takes XAT, so it's 90 percentile. So a college like XAM Bhubaneswar or IMT Ghaziabad, which are the top colleges, okay, you can get at 90 percentile. This was the previous cutoff, plus or minus 5 percentile here, there, or maybe 2 to 5. Okay, let's go down the list. Let's say gym. Now here the magic starts. Why XAT becomes the exam for me? Okay, let's look at gym, which is a top draw college. Gym, Great Lakes. If you look at XAT cutoff for gym is 85 last year. Let's look at CMAT cutoff 97. In the equal breath, you look at KJ. Last year the cutoff was around 70 to 75. I think it was 72. Ketan might correct me, but I think it was 72.
70. 70.
70.
70.
Oh, yeah, that's what. So I was looking at it 70 to 72. So and CMAT cutoff was 98.5, I believe. So I've written 98.
Yeah. Right.
There's a huge difference in the same college. Please understand this. Okay, 72, as he rightly said, you can get it in one section itself, maybe get 15, 16 right in one of the section, maybe decision making.
Right.
Okay. Right there, you can get a KJ Somaya call.
And one more thing, ये जो 98 जो दिख रहा है CMAT में, ये 98 सब प्रोग्राम के लिए, ऐसा नहीं कि कोई दूसरा रूरल वगैरह प्रोग्राम है तो उसके लिए 98 for everything and यहाँ पे 70 for everything. तो ये थोड़ा अलग है.
Precisely, and therefore this that becomes really easy for me. Actually, I just miss the point that why on earth students from western part of India don't give that, because I find students from eastern part of the country, let's say Patna, Ranchi, definitely because XRI is in Jamshedpur, so Bihar and eastern part, let's say Calcutta and all, will try and give because it's very closer. But having said that, it's one of the best institutes in the country. I mean, at par with some of the IIMs, okay, XLRI. And definitely this deserves the kind of reckoning which even CAT gets. Okay, so even if you are half of serious, or maybe not serious, but you still have registered for that. Once you look at the statistics, okay, this is not formed by me because I like that. Okay, this is I have taken from each and every, what you can say, this college's side, and try and form a table. Okay, some of and I found a very interesting insight here. Great Lakes, okay, takes last 2 years score, okay, for their 1 year program. So people who have done well last year and could not, for whatever reason, do well this year, and those who have work experience can look at Great Lakes. Okay, that's a phenomenal insight. I mean, once you go on the sites, you come to know that what they are trying to do. Okay, and so some people may have a 95 in last year and probably slip down to 70 this year, or vice versa. I mean, some of the many of them may really do well. That's what we all want. But some of you generally have one bad day, and okay, so you can always rely on your past score. And you have and I have circled asterisks like colleges like Tapi, Irma, and Maika. These are all phenomenal colleges which you are getting at 80 to 85 percentile. Okay, no other exam can get you these kind of colleges at this kind of percentile. So you name me one exam. Okay, the best of the institute in the country, Maika, you're getting at 80 to 85, and obviously then probably I'm assuming that you do well in MyCat as well. But the starting point is that again Irma, phenomenal institute, best of the, not just Indian companies but international companies come there. Okay, those who are into social causes, phenomenal. Okay, even Tapmi. Okay, if you go there and look at them, they have now a bigger campus. First they were very close to Udupi station. Now they have a bigger campus. They're also one of the phenomenal. They were taking CMAT, but they have stopped taking CMAT. Okay, I cross-checked 2 times. I cross-checked. I did not find anything on their
इसमें
website.
इसमें स्वप्निल सर इसमें एक ऐड कर सकते हैं IMI कैलकाटा. तो
IMI Calcutta. Okay, great.
IMI दिल्ली, उसका जो छोटा कैंपस है ना, IMI कैलकाटा. I think वो लेते हैं, दिल्ली नहीं ले रहा, वो ले रहे. If you permit, I want to add one more.
Of course, you should.
A lot of students might feel कि यार 72 पे कैसे कन्वर्ट होगा, 85 पे कैसे कन्वर्ट होगा, ये तो कॉल देने के लिए परसेंटाइल है.
No.
Guys, ऐसा नहीं होता. I know a girl sitting inside KGSOM with 73 percentile in XAT, and I so wanted to interview her, but then admissions committee and placecom ने बोला कि यार सर मत करो, because फिर वो ऐसा लगता है कि कॉलेज बहुत कम परसेंटाइल पे कॉल देता है यार, फिर थोड़ा सा रेपुटेशन पे आ जाता है. बट अगेन ये मत समझना कि इनका कट ऑफ बहुत कम है.
What I'll try and do na, Ketan, sorry to cut you, but what I'll try and do na, get somebody who's very low percentile in Wellinger and interview him on your channel.
Awesome. Perfect.